That's a pretty good setup to start the day off with. I'm Professor Vocus, and this is Harry Potter, Wizards Unite.
Hello, Professor. I didn't see you there.
Later start to the day today, but it is an in-between day, so I've finished the other event, and the brilliant first year at Hogwarts Part 2 doesn't start till tomorrow for me. Today is Monday for me. Anyway, figured I'd come out and do a smaller session just to really gain experience, I guess is one of the big things. Now that I'm level 43, I am pushing more to hit the next nodes in the SOS tree to get that better mastery and that type of thing, at least up till 50. Then it'll just become that long grind till 60. So really, my goals for today, get some good experience, and then over at Portkeys, if you look, I've got, I've been just cycling through waiting to get those 5Ks, is I have a 2.5 ready to almost be done, and then that 1 kilometer, which I'm planning on walking around here and getting rid of that, and then hopefully picking up a 5K, or hopefully 2 5Ks. I really would like to fill that out and get all 10 of those in. So it's time for me to put on a Brufios, put on a tonic for trace detection, and get walking. First check-in, not done with the Brufios yet. Didn't even put a tonic on because there's enough spawns here. I don't need more spawns to be created. I feel like there's enough that I need to keep walking too. So I am leaving some behind, going after the higher threat foundables, obviously. But we have some images to place in the registry. So first in Hogwarts, if you look at the moving staircases, which it's kind of cool because next week we're going to be getting into Flitwick and Pomona Sprout. And I actually just got the Hogwarts House Cup up to 14 out of 14. Everything else is green starred, so I'm placing that image. Sweet. Get some good family experience for Hogwarts, although I'm maxed out. But it'll allow me to prestige this page and get Flitwick and Pomona Sprout over there. So next week, as maybe I'm catching more of those. I know they're brilliant, but I'm guessing there'll be more of the regular ones too. Just Hogwarts in general. So let's prestige this page right here. Yes, I want a prestige. Sweet. Over to silver. And I actually had 20 out of 20 on Flitwick, so I just carried 20 over. So I just need 10 more to place his image, which is nice. All right, and then continuing on over in Oddities, out of the port key, that 2.5, I ended up, it ended up finishing. I went into it and I got the last one of these right here. Excuse me, Horned Serpent Egg. I was thinking of the other oddity. Anyway, Horned Serpent Egg. So I was 14 out of 14, had not green starred that yet. So green starred that. So the only thing I have left now is to wake up super early and get Doxies. I say super early, sometime around dawn, which to me seems super early. Over in Mysterious Artifacts here in Dumbledore's office, which I already do have gold, and it was because of that event where we were getting all that stuff. I haven't green starred anything, but I did just, you saw in the little highlight reel, the Philosopher's Stone. I was 17 out of 18. I got that last one. 35 Ministry Manuals and 350 Family Experience. That'll be a couple rank ups and chests. Nice. Oh, and I did in my chest, in my SOS tree, I did actually unlock a couple nodes that give me more experience when I open trunks, because now that I'm starting to get a little higher on the registry pages and getting trunks a lot when I place images, that extra experience is really going to help me to advance. So backing out, by the way, so I did drop that other port, I finished that other port key, but then when I picked up the new port key, it was another 1 kilometer. So I'm not using any silver keys on it, so I have to wait for the gold key to finish with the 1, and then I'll switch it over to the other. Anyway, you can see I've got 14 minutes left on this Brufios. Still not going to put a tonic on. You can see I've got traces around me. So let's finish this out and we'll check in afterwards. Brufios finished up. You saw I got that Fox, and then the Trace Charm recharge you saw came from that Fox. And if we go to 9 3/4, let me show you where Fox is. So there's Fox in the Great Hall, 10 out of 10. But I'm not going to place Fox, because if you look, I'm 5 out of 10 on the Sorting Hat, 13 out of 14 on the Fortress Foundable, and I don't see Fox a lot. So I feel like if I place the image, it's going to take me too long to get back up to 10. I may well get those 5 sorting hats, and I'd rather carry 10 Fox fragments forward. There's a bunch of pages I have images like this, where if I've already green starred them, I'm going to hold on to them if it's something I think that I'm going to be able to carry over and I won't be able to get them back. Simple ones like, I don't know, like the Weasley's clock. I see that all the time. So if I build that up, I'll place that image because I know I'm going to build it back up. And even if I was able to prestige the page and not carry them forward, I'm not worried I'm not going to get those fragments when I'm wanting to prestige the next page. So again, fragments I'm not too worried about. I did actually go to, where is it, Wonders of the Wizarding World. Before I realized I hadn't actually hit record on my camera, Puking Pastels, I did actually place that image a second ago and got some rank ups, no trace charm recharge, but ministry manuals obviously. And the port key situation, I've almost walked another one, but then I have the other 1 kilometer behind it, and then I'll have to just pick up another one and see what happens with that. That's unfortunate that you have to pick them up to find out and you can't get rid of them. All right, so next thing I want to do is, because I have 2 trace charms now, and I always like to leave one open just in case trunk. I haven't used a trace charm yet, but we do have that Weasley's flying car over there. Well, I'm assuming it is. So I'm actually going to drag the trace charm. We're going to drop it on there. And look at that. I got a bunch more Weasley's flying cars. So I'm going to go after the original first, and then I'm going to pick up all the rest. And we'll catch up right after that. Okay, a whole bunch happened after I turned off the camera. I finished up getting those Weasley's flying cars, and then right after that, I mean like literally before I turned the camera back on or anything, a Whomping Willow appeared. So I threw a trace charm on that as well, which used up all my trace charms, and got more Whomping Willows. So that's why you saw all those Whomping Willows. Then, right after I finished that, before I even turned the camera back on, I went ahead and collected my daily to refresh all 3 charms. So I got the trace charm back, just planning on holding on to it for a while. Well, that's when the 3-headed dog showed up. So I trace charmed that, which is why you saw that, plus a clone of it, 2 of them, and that actually spawned a whole bunch more Whomping Willows. And I was on a Barufios that whole time. So lots of ministry manuals, lots of field guides, and a whole bunch of experience. So you can see, look at these spawns still. And I haven't put a tonic for trace detection on. But let's look at I'm going to look at my experience right now. I'm at 200,000, a little over 200,000 out of 380. And those of you that watch my videos, you know I just leveled up the other day. So I was really back to having to get 380,000. But man, I just got a pretty big chunk in just this little session right here. Well, this is my second Barufio, so I guess an hour, a little bit over hour session. But that trace charm, man, really does pay off. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, right now I have, I think 15 minutes left on my Barufios. Still plenty of good spawns around here. So I'm going to return a whole bunch of foundables and we'll catch up when I finish this Barufios. Barufios just wore off. I think I see two oddities over there, and there has been a lot of Azkaban escapees. You saw some in the highlights, but I hadn't mentioned it yet. Definitely been a bunch, I think, because of the overcast weather. Certainly is going to do that. Let's look real quickly. My experience, almost 220,000. I started the day at 120,000. So I actually gained about 100,000 experience off of 2 Barufios, which are 40 minutes each to be sure. So that's 80 minutes really, hour and 20. So let's go to the registry. I think I just have a rank up on oddities there. Yeah. And let's check the port key situation. That's the only other thing that I told you I was really going for. I keep clearing them out. I just cleared one out a second ago and opened it up, and then I'm walking this one, and I haven't seen one. So as of right now, was not successful in getting any new 5K ones. That is going to finish it up here at the park, but there's still a couple things that I got this past week at the Wizarding World that I'd like to show you guys. So let's head back home. Before we finish up today's episode, I did want to show you 2 other things that I picked up while I was in Universal. One of them was off camera, and the other one I talked about, but you haven't actually seen it yet. So the first one was actually the shirt. And if you can see, yeah, you can see pretty well. It's a night bus shirt. the night bus. I don't have any purple shirts, so, and actually on the back, that's a fun thing. It says it on the, there is a sign on the bus itself that says all destinations except underwater. Anyway, just another shirt for me to wear during episodes. But then the second one I did talk about. I talked about getting it, which you can see right here is Harry Potter Rubeus Hagrid Umbrella Wand, which does pretty much verify, as most people had kind of theorized, that his wand was in here, because he had a really big wand when he did have a wand. Now, when he got kicked out of Hogwarts, Chamber of Secrets, 50 years prior to Chamber of Secrets, when he was blamed for it and got kicked out, they actually broke his wand. And the theory is that Dumbledore, with the Elder Wand, was able to repair his wand, much like Harry repaired his wand, his own wand, so that he didn't have to use the Elder Wand. He could use his wand again. Anyway, the theory is, it's never been said, as far as I know, in any of the Pottermore or anything, but is that Dumbledore actually repaired Hagrid's wand, and then it's been like disguised inside the umbrella is the idea. Anyway, this thing, I will say, just carrying it, trying to get under the seat on the plane, it was definitely a chore. Definitely in the future would have been something I would have just ordered and had sent to my house or whatever. But anyway, nice. It actually comes, it's from the Noble Collection, which Noble Collection makes a lot of different things. You can get, if you type in Noble Collection Harry Potter, you can get to their website. They have, like, especially, it's things like this, or the Time Turner, or Slughorn's Hourglass, things like that. They're usually obviously a little more expensive, but they're pretty cool, like movie prop replicas and that type of thing. So anyway, you can see how big it is. And you can see, I mean, the handle does have that look of like a wand. And then you can see right there, the tip of it, it just still has that wand appearance to it. But it's pretty good quality. And I will say it's not just this, like it actually will open up. It's very small though. It would be funny going down the street with this. So you can see the size of it right here. But it'd be fun to walk around like this. And honestly, if I just walked around with it while I was playing Harry Potter and it started to rain, it's the perfect size to cover up my camera, which would be really funny to have this over my camera and then me just filming. But anyway, I would more carry it around than anything else. That is going to do it for today's episode. Today's Monday for me. Tomorrow, Tuesday, will be the beginning of the event. So I'll probably be doing a later session because the event doesn't start till 2 p.m. for me. I'm guessing I'll go to Waverly Place, my favorite place to start events at. So probably start over there. Have my tonic for trace detection ready for the first task, so should definitely make it into the second or maybe the third. Not in too big of a rush. We have a week again, so have fun with it. All that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Knox.